Yes, hello and welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. I am of course Mr. Francy and I'm truly honoured that you have once again chosen to join me today as I discuss my weekly reading vlog. My goodness, it has been a while since we have chatted. There is a reason for that, which I will get into in just a moment. But if you are returning, welcome back to the channel. Great to have you here. And if you are new, welcome for the first time. Your honorary sparkling bag of glitter is being sent your way, and you can throw that in the air at any time and sparkle with us here as we do get through this reading vlog. Also, the party does not stop here. I have a Discord server very adequately named the Sparkle Cafe, and the link to that is not only in the description but the first pinned comment below. My point being, the party does not stop here. Alright, much to discuss, so I'm going to take a quick sip of my drink. You do so too, and when we return, we'll get into this vlog. So, first and foremost, this vlog is going to cover from the 4th to the 13th of September 2025. It's been a while since we last checked in, and there's been a reason for that. I don't normally talk about personal things, and I normally don't like to, start my videos off on a bit of a downer because we are the sparkling channel over here at Mr. Francy Reads, but I do want you to all understand why I haven't done a vlog in a while and why it's also been a while since I did my last video. Unfortunately, within the past week or so, my uncle passed away, and then on Thursday we had the funeral. It was very shocking, and there are a lot of things about his death that were very hard for me to deal with. There are things that I could say that I just don't think, would be best to say. Because, some things we just got to keep personal. But, as I say, it happened. It was very surprising. And then, we went to the funeral, and that was really, really tough on me. I read every day, and I could not read on the day of the funeral at all. And the funeral was quite early too. The funeral started at 10 a.m. We were done by about midday. When I came home, I was just mentally, physically, psychologically exhausted from the day, from the funeral, even though, like I say the day, but it was a couple of hours. So it was really, really tough. So, just a lot of different things I've been going through to do with my uncle's passing. It's tough. There are certain things that part of me wants to say because I'm so transparent, and then, as I said, things that, you kind of want to just keep to yourself. But, it's just a tough situation. I think to keep it generalized, no passing away is easy on anyone, and, this one just felt a little tougher than normal. My uncle and I, we weren't extremely close, but that doesn't mean that I didn't have a lot of love, respect, and appreciation for him. He was a really kind man who was a man of few words, but when he spoke, I couldn't help but listen because he always had something profound to say, whether it was something that was enlightening to me or whether it was just something comforting or loving that he would say. And it's going to be tough that for me that he's no longer around. As I say, we didn't catch up often, so to point it out, my uncle is my father's brother, who I'm referring to, and my father's side of the family and we don't see each other a lot throughout the year, and so, there's just not a lot of contact there. Doesn't mean there's not a lot of love, it's just that there's not a lot of contact there in the first place, and so part of what I'm dealing with is the regret, and the regret of not seeing him as much as I could have prior to his passing. And it was the same when his father died about 10 years ago, my granddad. I hadn't seen him a lot before he passed. My Nana, granddad's wife, passed when I was really, really, really young. my mother and father had just started going through the whole divorce process, and me and my sister, we would see my father once a week. That once a week became once a fortnight, once every 2 weeks, I should say, and yeah, so I didn't see a lot of my father, let alone a lot of my father's side of the family, and now I actually live with my father, so it's good. We've got to reconnect and really get to know each other, and I really do appreciate that, but the point being, I don't really see my father's side of the family a lot, and yeah, it's tough. It does make you think, you know, when people go, that really there's no time like the present to mend broken bridges, see people more often, ring people, you know, as often as you can, at least to check in, see how they're doing, make sure they're okay. That being said, because I don't want to dwell on that too much, I have a lot to discuss with my reading, but I just want to say to my uncle, I know you're resting in peace up there, and I'm sending you a lot of love and blessings. To those of you on the Discord who have reached out to me and sent me the well wishes, I really do appreciate it. There's been a lot of love, so thank you. Thank you very, very much. So, one great thing that I think all readers like myself can agree on is that reading is an amazing escape. So one thing that really did help me to get through this, which may seem ironic to others, but some will certainly get it and understand, is the fact that I do have a lot of books that I'm reading and can dive into different worlds and different situations and take my mind off things. Owing to the funeral being a day that I did not read, I ended up being a day behind in my reading, but I'm more than truly have now caught up and am exactly where I need to be. But there's a lot of reading to catch up on, because as I did say, we haven't spoken since the 3rd, I think, of September. So it's been a long time. So now that I've spoken about what happened with my uncle, we're going to get right into what I have been reading. But thank you all again for your peace, your blessings, your love that you have sent my way, those of you on the Discord. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm going to quickly pause, have a sip of my drink, and it's going to kind of be like a regrounding for me. And then we're going to jump into what I've been reading. So we'll be right back in 2 moments. Moment 1. Moment 2. Where we last left off, I was reading No Rose for the Weary by Cleo Coyle. This is book number 21 in the Coffee House Cozy Mystery series, and it is the latest release for this series. All of my Coffee House books have been moved up there. There are the first 20. This is 21. Now that I've finished it, I'm completely up to date with this series and don't know what I'm going to do with myself, quite frankly, because this is a series I've been reading, I believe, for 3 years. So it's going to be really weird to not have another coffee house book to go to. I think there will be another one that comes out hopefully soon. Who knows? If you know, let me know, because I would love to read another one. As far as this one is concerned, I gave this book 4 stars. While I am sad to be up to date with the series, I am looking forward to another book, as I say, if another one does come out. The series premise for this one is that we follow Claire Cosi, who is a master roaster, alongside her ex Matteo and his mother Madame. They run the Village Blend in Greenwich Village in New York. Now, in this particular book, the Village Blend is losing money. Customers have stopped coming in after 9 a.m. This is not good. What can they do to turn things around? During a business meeting, one of Claire's employees is motivated by what the Village Blend used to do back in Madame's day, host a writer's block group, where writers can come in and work together. It all sounds amazing, but when Madame hears the news, she's not pleased. Why? What happened back then, and what will happen now? So to my thoughts, I thought the book was good all in all, but one thing that continues to get to me is its length. The hardcover is 368 pages, which roughly would amount to about 400 pages for a mass market paperback, which in my opinion is way too long for a cozy mystery. Also, to this day, Madame continues to get less and less page time, which I really do not understand, as she is arguably the biggest highlight of the series, so why wouldn't you let that biggest highlight shine, is my thought there. The business being in trouble did also lead me to believe that this could be the final book in the series. I hope it is not, but only time will tell. Based on the length, not enough Madame, and a so-so mystery, I docked a star and gave it 4 stars, but still a very good rating, and if you love your coffee, I highly recommend this series. So the next book that I picked up was this book, Better Off Dead by Maddie Day. This is book number 10 in the Country Store Cozy Mystery series. And there are, just checking behind the camera, there are 13 books in this series, which means I have 3 to go till I am up to date. I started this series technically last year with book number 1, but have read from book 2 onwards this year. So it'll be interesting when I get up to date with this series. I really wish I found this book more entertaining. I just didn't, and this book has received the lowest rating that I have given so far for any book in this series, which was 2 stars. Now, the series premise for this one is that we follow Robbie Jordan, who runs a part country store, part diner, and part B&B in Southlake in Indiana. Now, in this book, Robbie's now husband, Abe, introduces Robbie to his father and his father's new girlfriend at a 4th of July fireworks presentation. Abe's father is blind, but that doesn't stop his passion for knitting, which I absolutely loved. This blind father-in-law at the fireworks display, needing to catch every stitch and whatever. Oh my gosh, it was so perfect. That night, under the sparks of the fireworks, Abe's father's girlfriend is murdered. But who committed the murder and why? Robbie is on the case to find out. Now, to my thoughts, honestly, I wish I could say I found this book entertaining, but I just didn't. While I did give the first 5 books in the series 4 stars, it has been a pick and mix situation. Since then, books 7 and 9 got 4 stars, but books 6 and 8 only got 3. While there were definite pros in both books 6 and 8, this one had hardly any for me. I do still very firmly believe that Robbie is the most kind main character sleuth I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. I do still very much love the Southlake, Indiana culture and its isms. However, once I had met Abe's dad, which was a joy, don't get me wrong, and then his girlfriend was murdered, nothing else really interested me. I am hoping Maddie can bounce back on entertainment value in book 11, but sadly, as I say, for the first time for me with this series, I gave it, as I said, 2 stars. So the next book that I picked up was this book, A Tale of Two Kitties by Sophie Kelly. This is book number 9 in the Magical Cats Cozy Mystery series, and I gave this book 5 stars. I don't remember the last time I enjoyed the mystery of a cozy this much. Yeah, so I went from a not really entertained book to a, oh my gosh, I love the cozy theme side of the series so much, but the mystery in this book was so good. The series premise of this one is that we follow Kathleen Paulson, a librarian in Maryville Heights in Minnesota. Alongside her adorable felines, Owen and Hercules, the 3 always seem to make for amazing amateur sleuths. Now, in this book, Victor James has returned to, that is Janes, Jaynes. Victor Janes has returned to town, the long-lost twin brother of current resident Leo. While the pair look quite similar, their personalities couldn't be any more different. However, when Leo winds up dead and details about the Janes family begins to leak, it will be quite the task for Kathleen, Hercules, and the sleuthtastic Owen to get to the bottom of. So to my thoughts, okay, first off, rating 5 stars all the way. I love this series for its cozy theme side anyway, and while that definitely remained, I was a little disappointed with the lack of time spent with Hercules, which is interesting because normally Hercules dominates each book compared to Owen, but in this one it was definitely an Owen book all the way, and Hercules was there a little bit here, a little bit there. I just wish it was more balanced, 50-50 in each book. But anyway, while that was the case, as I say, I was disappointed with that, but Yeah, it was still nice to get the Owen-centric story given that Hercules does normally dominate it, but I still wish there was a 50-50. But this time for me, it was the mystery that had me intrigued from start to end. Why is Victor back in Maryville Heights? Why is Leo dead? What do all the accompanying connections teach us about the treasured history that is the Janes family? Really, I was on the edge of my seat all the way through. Sophie Kelly, I knew was a master of the cozy theme side, but this book showed me how much of a master she is with the mystery side. Take nothing for granted when you read this book. Just hold on for the thrilling ride. And I gave this book a total of 5 stars. Perfect read for my mind. And if you love cats, and the idea of cats assisting in a mystery in each book, then I highly recommend picking up this series because it is fantastic. But the mystery, it just really surprised me, and I'm so happy that it was so layered and so well done. Thank you, Sophie Kelly. 5 stars. The next book that I picked up was this book, Mrs. Morris and the Wolfman by Tracy Wilton. This is book number 7 in the Salem B&B Cozy Mystery Series. I always have to look because I keep calling it the Salem Cozy B&B Cozy and get confused. So a Salem B&B Cozy Mystery Series, book number 7, and I gave this book a total of 4 stars. It's really hard to rate this one. Go in for the cozy side, the paranormal side, and the intrigue of the mystery. The reveal, however, left me pondering many things. Now, the series premise for this one is that in this series we follow Charlene Morris, a B&B owner in Salem in Massachusetts. In this particular book, Charlene has taken her, so to speak, daughter, Avery, to the theatre for a screening of Wolfman. Both Darren Schultz and his wife Elise are proud of what they've accomplished after reopening the rundown theatre, and Clara, Darren's supplier, is thrilled that everyone will be sampling her and Darren's seasonal salts. Samples being offered to all those who came for the show. Things are going well up until Elise starts coughing. Elise seems sweet to Charlene, but then she starts acting arrogant regarding her sister, while also cold to her employees who feel like they might be getting fired. Not too much later, Elise has a popcorn kernel stuck in her throat. She coughs up blood and dies. But why? How could a piece of popcorn cause this death? Charlene, despite Sam's warnings, and Jack are on the case. So, to my thoughts. There's a lot to say here, so big deep breath. Here we go. Let's get the massive con out the way first, keeping this as spoiler-free as possible because I really had to think about how do I say this. I don't think the actual mystery held up to fair play standards. Unless you are incredibly sharp at catching certain things, you probably won't work out the mystery before the reveal. This to me is a letdown as I was actively trying to solve the case alongside Charlene. So if you are someone who goes into your cozy mysteries trying to work out the mystery before it is revealed, I would say don't do that going into this book. Just allow the mystery itself to play out and be ready for a big twist at the end of the book. Once the reveal happened, because I overanalyzed the heck out of this book and this mystery, and it was fantastic doing so. I had this board of suspects and, touching the strings and everything. Okay, it could be you, and here's why, and here's why, and here's your means and your motive, and I was having so much fun. And then, when the reveal happened, I went, hang on. Good reveal, but there's no way I would have worked that out. There were a couple of hints, but they were just way too subtle for me. And yeah, so I was a bit disappointed by that. So if you're someone trying to actively solve the case with this one, good luck. But if you're not someone who goes into a cozy to try and solve the case, I still think you'll enjoy the story because the mystery was really intriguing. The cozy thing was beautiful. Avery found a boyfriend and that made me happy. The paranormal side held up in atmosphere, which I really appreciate more than actual paranormal activity for the series. There was a lot of drama, and I loved that too, but the mystery itself was so incredibly intriguing from start to end. Again, I say to the end, because the reveal showed me that there was no way for someone like me to fully solve the case. But everything leading up to it, the whole investigation, was incredibly intriguing. I docked a star for my view of the lack of fair play standards, but could only warrant a 1-star deduction for it. I highly recommend going into this book for the mystery, the drama, and a massive twist rather than actually trying to determine what happened. But all in all, it was still another great book in the series, and I gave it 4 stars. There are, how many books in this one? 10 books in this series. And now that I have read book number 7, I have 3 books left to go to be up to date with this one. And I highly recommend it to anyone who likes just a little touch of paranormal in their series. Because outside of book 2, I will warn you, book 2 in this series is very, very, very paranormal heavy. But book 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are paranormal light. The only real paranormal aspect to this series as a whole is that we have Jack the Ghost, who is housebound to Charlene's B&B, and he does assist with the mysteries that go on. So, yeah, if you don't mind having a ghost featuring in a cozy mystery series, I highly recommend picking it up, because it's like seeing Casper as an adult trying to assist Charlene, and you got the B&B, and you've got her cat, Silver, and just, yeah, the mystery was so intriguing until the reveal, but so intriguing until then. 4 stars. And the most recent book I finished, which was the one I had to catch up on, so I read most of it yesterday and have concluded it today before starting filming this blog, was this book, The Cats Come Back, by Sophie Kelly. This is book number 10 in the A Magical Cats Cozy Mystery series. So this book was a good book, but sadly the mystery wasn't for me this time. Once again, the series premise for A Magical Cats is that we follow Kathleen Paulson, a librarian from Maryville Heights in Minnesota, and her 2 master sleuth cats, Owen and Hercules. Now, in this particular book, Maryville Heights is hosting a music festival, and the whole place is bustling with musicians and tourists. Kathleen is looking forward to taking in some fabulous performances, and her 2 cats, Owen and Hercules, are looking forward to taking in some fabulous sardine crackers. But then the trio stumbles across a dead body in the river. So to my thoughts, I really enjoyed the mystery of book 9. Sadly, that was not the case with book 10, so I docked a star. I thought the reveal was good, but the investigation just didn't intrigue me. In saying that, I love Owen and Hercules so much that there was no way the book was getting 3 stars. At the end of the day, as they say, you win some, you lose some. And this book was a loss on the mystery side for me, but again on the cozy theme side. And I am looking forward to book number 11. So now that I've read 10 books, there is a total of 16 books currently out in this series. So I have 6 left to go to be completely up to date. I gave this one 4 stars. I must give a shout out to my dear friend Jane, who got me onto this series. I love it so much. And the person is escaping me right now. I think it's Rhonda, but there is someone on my Discord server who is also reading this series as much as I am, and yet they're ahead of me. And I just need you to know, I think it's Rhonda with a H. I think, I need you to know that you're inspiring me so much to keep going. Every time I see that you picked up the next book in the series that you're up to, I was just like, oh, I want to get back to it too. I love this whole series in Maryville Heights with Kathleen and the cats and whatever. So I just love our conversations regarding it. And again, Jane, thank you for getting me on to this wonderful series. 4 stars for this one, but I am absolutely looking forward to book number 11. How can you not when you're following a librarian who is being led to find clues to help with the investigation by her 2 adorable cats? How can you not? 4 stars. So now let's look forward to see what I will be reading coming up. So the current book that I am reading, I'm about like 3-4% into at the moment, is a buddy read that I am doing on my Sparkle Cafe Discord server alongside my dear friend Jessica from the booktube channel Lady Lovestead Reads, who has her own Discord server called The Lovestead. The Lovestead and the Sparkle Cafe are merging for this buddy read to create the Sparklestead, and we're doing a buddy read of the Emergency Dessert Squad mystery series, book number 1, Eclair and Present Danger by Laura Bradford. We are reading this month. I know Jessica's read it. I think Pat has finished reading it already, and I don't want to see any of the spoilers, so I'm going to get through this I'm going to read this today and tomorrow to get through this one, and then I'm going to see what they think as well. And yeah, so far I've just gotten the setup. That's all I have, and it's been interesting so far. We're following, it's Winnie Johnson, who has just inherited this ambulance thingy. She runs a dessert place called Delectable Delights, I believe. And yeah. And she not only has inherited this ambulance thing that, which, what I love, like, I love that this is the reading blog, so I can tell you this. I knew that with the premise of this series, I love going into my books and series blind as I can, for those of you who are new. But what I knew about this one was she has this, ambulance thing, old-fashioned ambulance thing that she drives around in. What I did not know, and it's not a spoiler because it happens at the beginning of the book, is that Winnie Johnson's neighbor has passed away and bequeathed to her this van, as well as her cat, Lovey, a female cat named Lovey. And Winnie already has the dessert place. She's already running that. So her neighbor has left in her will something along the lines of, I'm leaving you the old-fashioned ambulance so that you can get to your little dessert place in the rain and still be dry. I just thought that was really, really cute. What an adorable way to start the series. Well, Lovey and Winnie are not getting on. It was not love at first sight, because when Lovey is placing his cat carrier in the law firm office in front of Winnie, Lovey hisses at Winnie, so it's not the best start. But we will see how we go. I am very intrigued. I love cats in my cozies, clearly. And the idea of reading a dessert cozy mystery series, oh my gosh, desserts are some of my most favorite foods, not only to eat, but definitely to make. I love baking desserts. I love cooking desserts. It's so much fun for me. So I think this is going to be a good read for me, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with it. I don't exactly know where I'm going to be up to when we next chat, because I always have a plan of when my reading blog is going to come out, and then that plan keeps getting changed, clearly. So I will show you the next 4 books I plan to pick up, and then wherever I'm at least I've shown you these. So when I finish A Clear and Present Danger, I am going to be picking up this book, Ghosted by Patricia Rockwell. Yes. Don't know why I had to check to make sure I got her surname correct. I know her name. Patricia Rockwell. This is book number, where are we? Book number 4 in an Essie Cobb Senior Sleuth Cozy Mystery series, where we follow Essie Cobb, who lives in a nursing home. This series is the one that I say reminds me of the Golden Girls 10 years later, living in a nursing home under different names. Essie Cobb definitely reminds me of Blanche, where her friend Marjorie reminds me of Rose. Opal reminds me of Dorothy, and Faye reminds me of Sophia. Just imagine them 10 years after the series has completed, and they're now in a nursing home under different names. It is so much fun. It is a cozy, light cozy mystery series, so haven't dealt with a death as the mystery yet. We may in this one, who knows, but we haven't yet, and it's been a whole lot of fun. After that one, I plan on picking up this book, The Curse of the Cat Goddess, which is book number 4, again, in the Case for the Master Sleuth Cozy Mystery series. This is a series where we follow, the perspective is of Athos, an Alaskan Malamute who lives with his owner Victoria, as well as from the end of book 1, they also live with a kitten whose name is Pearl, who thinks she is a tiger. I love this series so much, and Athos, just as the main character, Master Sleuth, being the dog, is just so fantastic. And the more he talks about the two-leggeds, the humans, the more I can't help but crack up. It's like, oh, the dear two-leggeds can't do this, or, you know, basically, I'm not quoting, but something paraphrasing, along the lines of, bless the two-leggeds, because they can't do what I can do, or whatever. I mean, I love it. The world building's amazing. After that one, speaking of world building, plan to pick up this book, Perfect Heat by Nick Saint, which is a combination of Nick and Nicole Saint. This is book number 4 in the Mysteries of Max Cozy Mystery series, where in this one we follow a dog, in this one we follow a cat. Max, who is a blonde-orange tabby. Yeah, the world building of dogs and a perspective of dogs in this one is fantastic. The world building of the cats and a cat's perspective in this one is also fantastic. I highly recommend both series. Can't wait to get back into both of them. And then I plan to do my one and only physical read of the month, which will be this one, Dying to Build by Marcy Blessy, which is book number 4 in the Tuscan Valley Retirement Community Cozy Mystery series. So there we go. And now for everyone's favourite game that we like to call Up. These are the books that I read since we last spoke. And up. These are the books that I'm either currently reading or plan to get to very soon. What books have you been reading so far in the month of September, and what have you been thinking of them? Let me know in the comments section below. And thank you so much once again for all your peace, blessings, love, and support that you have sent my way. As always, I'm going to let you go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please do be kind. Please love one another and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world. Yeah! And until next time, happy reading. Bye, everyone!